Good afternoon. Um, Magmula nung umaga until ngayon sa mga kwento about what's happening all over the world, um, my take is that we have the development of a very lethal and insidious leader prototype, and that is or that of a wily and crafty authoritarian pretending to be a liberal democrat. From Duterte to Putin to Trump to Bolsonaro to Erdogan. Kasi noon, when you say dictator, so blatant. No? Marcos, Suharto, Sukarno. Now you have dictators who are using the same instruments of democracy to entrench themselves in power. No? But I wouldn't be talking too much about lawfare, and would like to thank our presenters already for showing you the global trend. No? I'll focus as a reaction as to how Congress, the Parliament, is being used in lawfare. No? Kasi nga kaninang umaga, pinag-usapan, kaya lumalakas ang lawfare in the Philippines because they use the Parliament, they use the laws, they use the courts, the Supreme Court. In the Parliament, especially in the 3 years, my last term as a congressman, ginamit rin talaga ang Kongreso. No? Starting with the formation of the super coalition. So Congress became practically a rubber stamp of the president. No? So that led to the impeachment of Chief Justice Corona. Now, in fact, in Congress, you have other impeachment cases filed against Vice President Leni Robredo, although this did not progress because of her clique within the Congress, because when she was a Congress woman, she was very popular. No? Laila de Lima's persecution also started in the House of Representatives. The Senate, of course, would not do the investigation, but Congress, Committee on Justice, bit that bait and started the investigations of Laila. No? And the budget, weaponizing of the budget, no? Is a dimension of lawfare. Because by law, Congress is supposed to pass the budget, allocate it to the districts. No? So ang nangyari is, if you remember, Chito Gascon was speaking earlier, no? But if you remember, one time, no, they threatened the Commission on Human Rights with a 1 peso budget. No? That's how Congress budgetary powers is also being manipulated. And me personally, a victim of the weaponization of the budget, because for us, few brave members of the genuine opposition, tinanggalan yung budget namin sa aming distrito. And for a congressman representing a district, that is very sacred. That's our lifeline. No? If you're able to bring home the bacon. Because, in Ifugao, realistically, nobody asks about what are the laws or the legislation that you're pushing. They always expect you to bring home the scholarships and everything else. No? So that's how Congress was used, no, as part of the of lawfare. Even Chacha, no, kumahagat lang ang Kongreso dyan. And then recently, Congress or the House of Representatives recently passed an amendment to the Public Utilities Act, which is actually essentially changing the Constitution. And my good friend Teddy Gasino was also talking about the Anti-Terrorist Act. No? In fact, that is a global trend. No? Yung pinag-usapan kanina, the global trend now is to pass anti-terrorism laws and anti-fake news laws to stifle dissent. No? We missed the golden age of liberalism, which led to the Magna Carta for women, to all of these human rights laws. Now it's different, no? Because of the trends of fake news and terrorism. No? In order to address these genuine issues naman siya, but now it's being used to stifle dissent. Now, why did this happen? This probably is going to be my last point. No? Why is this happening in Congress? Because we have a weak political party system. Our political parties are actually built around personalities. Unlike in more mature democracies, people identify with the political party, not with the personality. In fact, in the last elections, nanalo ang liberal. Bakit? Because most of the representatives, the governors, congressmen were liberal party affiliates. Pero since yung Pangulo, that's our political culture is centered on personalities. So everybody transferred to PDP. Now they're losing all their membership. So ganun rin, that's how you stifle dissent. Because regionally also, in Southeast Asia, I think culturally, we look for messianic, iconic, charismatic leaders. So the way to stifle dissent, which is what's happening in Cambodia, is to arrest their icons. So sana, I think, as a response, we've heard a lot about what we can do, but at least for us who work through the political parties, because I'm a member of the Liberal Party, what we can do is really to go down and strengthen our mass base. So ngayon, we learned a lesson. We're going down to the municipalities and provinces and organizing chapters of true blue or true yellow liberal Democrats. So whether you're from the right or the left or at the center, what's important is you believe in a certain ideology, which is in our case, freedom and human rights, and you elect leaders na maninindigan doon sa patakaran na yon. Okay? So, nakita ko dito na andito yata lahat ng puwersa ng dissent from the left to the right. One very interesting breakout session is you have Magdalo, Akbayan, and Bayan Muna, moderated by the liberals. So, maybe this is something revolutionary. So, I'd like to end by again, asking you, at least when we want to combat lawfare, let's look at our parliaments. Okay? They are now hearing an anti-fake news law in parliament, which will classify everything that is false as criminals, or might classify. And ang nangyayari kasi, these are loose generalities. No? So maganda siguro, let's participate at least in the hearings of the parliament. No? So maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Teddy Baguilat.